Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to present a video talking about this argument to a degree because I think it's an interesting one, and or can be much more interesting than this person is making it out to be. I'm actually not going to full screen this so we can read this. When someone says anime, Japanese cartoons is for kids, there's a reason I'm saying that. I don't want to go into a full-on explanation of that because it's not really related to what we're talking about. So when someone says anime is for kids, this is their refutal, and I think it's a very poor refutal. So actually, let's just back that up just so we can make sure there's no frame skips or whatever when we're full screening. I do apologize if I sound a little out of it. I've just been woken up from an Overwatch stream. You know who you are. But so I may sound a little out of it to a degree, and I apologize for that. This video will be poorly put together in certain aspects in terms of editing because I do not have an editing software because I'm a poor motherfucker. So please bear with me on that. I know it's frustrating, but I'd like to support the official releases of products when I can. My only excuse is I don't have the money, and that is not a good one in my opinion. So, but so looking at this, okay, a hole in his stomach. That looked like a dead guy. A guy with a lot of blood. You can see his pupils. He looks alive to me. Oh, another guy with a hole in his stomach. It's Naruto. I've never been so happy. Oh, that's a boo-boo. Did you see that? Oh, that's, yeah. See, this seems like the argument is grotesque violence is not for children, but then they use stuff like this clip, and then I don't understand. Then your argument becomes even worse, in my opinion, in something like this. Now, there may be more context to such a clip, of course, but context matters. So when you do something like this and there's much more to the scene, you're only like grossly oversimplifying said scene in order to worsen your point, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. Like, because not everybody will always know what you're talking about or like showing, right? Like, so, but either way, let's continue on. Oops. Well, we got Jiraiya. That's a little more rough, but not great. That's, whatever. Uh, yeah, that's a little rough, but it just looks like grotesque violence to a degree in certain aspects. Yeah, yeah. I know some of these animes, and I know, again, there's more context, but when it's displayed just like this, I think this is a gross oversimplification of said argument. So, yeah, like, see again, oops, now this clip doesn't want to work. I broke my internet apparently. Apparently I broke it. Let's try that again. Let's just reload. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Probably from clicking so many times. The Berserk one. That one, then that one, then this one. And Itachi. Like, that's not... Or it doesn't look good when it's presented like this, especially. Like, oh no, blood. Oh no, violence. This is why I think this is a very poor argument to be made, and I think this argument could be made much better in a 16-minute or 16 minutes. A 16-second video is not going to be a good, intelligent fucking argument for such a claim. And it only makes you look like an idiot, in my opinion. And here's why. And I'm going to use my own personal life in order to explain why I think, again, this is a fucking shitty argument. So, let's get into it. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I was a wee lass, since I was a wee lad. So I knew that I've been playing Mortal Kombat. I watched Ghost in the Shell, watched DPC. I could go on, but I don't want to make a list of 50 fucking things long. So yeah. It's very easy for me to understand as a child that hitting someone was wrong. Killing someone in our society, going around stabbing people with a knife or a sword is wrong. We have guns now. Be more efficient, schmuck. I'm just kidding. No, but hitting someone or, hitting them with a weapon, stabbing them, etc. is wrong in our culture. It's just not acceptable. It's very easy to understand. It's just wrong. You can go to jail. Very simple. A very simple concept to understand. I think the argument you would want to make for something like this here is when someone says anime, Japanese cartoons is for children. You want to refute that themes prove that these things are not inherently for children. Because again, as a child, I could easily understand that hitting someone was wrong. Very simple. All my brothers got that. I had three brothers. It was very simple to understand. I'm yawning like an asshole midway through the video. My apologies. I tried to hide it, but I don't think it worked very well. Now, again, so hitting people was wrong. I got that. Very, very simple concept. Now, there are more complex things like in Ghost than in the Shell, in which I inherently did not understand everything in its entirety, you know? So, this, I think, is a much better argument personally, and it can't be made within a 16-second fucking Twitter video because it just makes you look like an asshole. I know that sounds like a dick thing to say, but again, I do. I think it's true, and I'm obviously just joking in the sense of you're an asshole and all that. But it doesn't make for an intelligent argument. There are intelligent arguments that can be 16 seconds, like if you're mad smart and you're mad quick and the point they're making is really fucking garbage. But again, I think themes prove that not all Japanese cartoons are inherently for children and or Western cartoons may not inherently be for all children either. So what do I mean by this especially? And I'm sure you already understand because I think you're intelligent enough people to understand where this is going, how this will develop as we go along. So I didn't understand the entirety of the reality in terms of Ghost in the Shell, what that means for people in a positive and or negative way what that could mean, of course, in our society in a positive or negative way. Again, and how about things that are other things. Like I didn't understand the entirety of PTSD as a child. I didn't understand the entirety of the ramifications of rape, etc. It's not as simple as you get raped. Um, it's scary while it's happening, and then if that guy's in prison, all your problems are solved. That's not true. These things are more complex than that, as humans are much more complex than that. Things like, again, let's say the ramifications of gambling within our society, the economic ramifications of it within our society or whatever, these things are a lot of times too complex for a child to completely understand. But hitting someone is wrong is a very simple concept to understand. I'd hate to reiterate myself like an asshole. So I think this is something that could be much more intelligent and everything. This argument could be far more intelligent. Watching Ghost in the Shell and all that, it not it's not an issue when I was a child. Again, it was cool, it was neat and everything, but I didn't understand the entirety of what did the thematical story being presented mean in its entirety, and what could I take away from it in positive and or negative ways? And I don't mean, well, this story's bad because, I mean in the sense of how could this negatively impact our society, and or what good could this do for our society? Again, Eh, Like, these things are much more complicated, and I don't think many children will understand. And I'm sure that there are going to be many people that will sit there and pretend as children they completely understood Ghost in the Shell is thematical presence in the movie. Like, it's hard to like it's confusing because Ghost in the Shell is the name of the movie, but I mean the literal like Ghost in the Shell thematical presence within the movie. What does it mean? What could it do for our society, etc., and everything. I don't think many children, and I'm not saying no children, could understand. But when this person in the bag here, laying on the ground by this little cursor here, you can't see the cursor, but you could see the little movie preview, window preview, or video preview, I mean, actually. See, I'm a little out of it because, again, I just woke up from an Overwatch player on Twitch, which is cool. I was watching them, so I didn't understand all this, what this meant, and, like, these things are much more complex for children. Unfortunately, we're not. This is Japanese as well, so not all the English speakers will be able to understand, and there's no closed captionings that I've put on, even though I probably could, because it says sub Espanol and English. But anyway, so these things again, I think, are too complex for the majority of children. Excuse me, I'm an asshole. So but it doesn't mean like even something like this where it's like just because it's this theme is not for children typically in the majority doesn't mean they still can't watch such a movie if they're mature enough in a sense to understand. And I don't mean they're very mature. I mean mature enough to at least understand that hitting someone is wrong. Again, all those kinds of things going around. Shooting people is wrong. They're very simple to understand. If they get those concepts, they should at least still be able to basically watch these themes or being presented to them. And that's the parents' jobs to hopefully, depending on how intelligent your kid is or whatever, how mature they are mentally, etc., how far along they are in their age or whatever in mental development, they can understand and talk to these kids and break things down. That's what parenting is, you know. But, excuse me. Um, so when you're going off of things like this, again, it's kind of a hard topic to have. Excuse me, I hit the mic. So it's kind of a hard topic to have in certain aspects because, again, just because something isn't entirely for children does not mean it's inherently not capable to be viewed by children. Again, like Mortal Kombat has grotesque violence does not mean it cannot be viewed by children. There is not deep themes in Mortal Kombat 2, etc. for the most part, um, being a hellspawn and strictly wanting to revenge so badly that your soul is literally like burning fire basically, and you're a hellspawn in pure anger and rage. A kid's not going to understand these kinds of things being consumed. Like, so he's a hellspawn, he's consumed by fire, which could potentially obviously be like it's a thing for you are being consumed by hatred, by revenge, etc. Like being consumed by fire. A child's not going to understand these kinds of things, but they can understand that, again, hitting someone is wrong. I don't know how to go into this video without more preparation and actual script work. But I hope people understand what I'm trying to make and hopefully can present good arguments within the comment section and such that I could read and discuss with them. This is something I find very interesting, and I haven't really seen anybody cover it on YouTube. And if you have, please do leave a link in the description, and or if you have covered it, please leave a link in the description to your video, as I do not care if you are self-promoting in that sense. If you leave a Minecraft video that is just gameplay or whatever, even if it's commentary not related to the topic at hand, you're fucking right. I'm gonna delete your video. Piss off. But if it's a Minecraft video with commentary with the topic at hand, then by all means, please do post it. I will still listen to it and everything, even if I will not watch it, if it's just literal Minecraft gameplay. But if the commentary is on point, I am definitely going to give you the benefit of the doubt, of course, and check that shit out, guaranteed. So, please do let me know what you think of such a video. This is something I've just brought to my attention very recently when I woke up. I should have put actual work into this, but I'm a lazy fucker. No, I just wanted to get this out before I kind of lost the will to do it or lost the thought of it or whatever. I'm not always the most organized person in the world. Fucking Overwatch. So please do let me know what you think in the comments, post, and everything. I think this is a very interesting thing, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Deuces, guys. And I hope you enjoyed, because this is something I'd like to potentially do more of in certain aspects. And I do apologize if Animexy, whatever your name is, on Twitter, if this comes across as a dick thing or whatever. I'm not trying to single you out. I just think that this 16-second video is a very, very stupid argument coming from experience in a sense, you know? It was just randomly on my Twitter, people sharing it or whatever. So, because I guess it reinforces how they feel when I I think those people are stupid too, because again, there's context to the themes. But a 16-second video that does not go over these themes, like what's happening with Itachi or whatever, what he went through mentally, etc., does not provide the context needed to explain the argument being presented. So I please hope you bear with me on that. I apologize for taking so long to even explain that. It took till the end of the video, which is my lazy fucking ignorant ass not being good at scripting, etc., and all that crap. So, but again, I really do think that this is not a good this is not a good way to frame an argument. So please, I hope you understand what I'm trying to like get at and everything. I'm sure you do, because I'm sure you are intelligent motherfuckers. You know, I'm sure you're intelligent people though, and can comprehend what I'm saying and all that. So I give you the benefit of the doubt, of course. So try to, especially. I don't always do the best I can, but I try. I should. I gotta do better, you know? So, video editing is something I could do a fuck ton better, so. Alrighty, everybody. Deuces, and I hope to see you all next time.